Okay, so I've made a project by going up to File, New Project. I then go to File, Save Project As, and I go to my folder on the desktop, which I named Robotics Competition 2015, and I'll make a new save called Robotics Competition 2. You want to name your file whatever project you're working on. So this project is named Clash of the Classes. So after that step, you have files that are very specifically named in your browser. The browser is the bottom left window. So I'm going to double click on an interview. I already know that this is an interview. Actually, it's not an interview. I'm going to click on an interview.
Well,
if they were named, they would be interview. And I found an interview. So your video clips will be blank. They will not have an in or an out to them. So I'm going to press play on this interview. So he says, before I came. So I want to make sure that right before he starts, I press pause. And if I go too far, I then use the left arrow key to go back or forward. I press I for in. And the in is in the viewer, which is where his face is located. I then press the space bar to move. I listen to his answer.
But it turned out a whole lot better. We actually got 3 wins and then a tie. A few losses, but we can work on that in the future. Okay?
So his answer's finished. I said okay, so I'm going to roll back a little bit. And I do that by pressing the left arrow key. And then I'm going to press O for out. Now I can click on his face. I get this little icon that comes up. It's a thumbnail of what I'm going to put into the frame. I then move over to Sequence and click on Insert. When it asks me, do I want to match the sequence settings to match the clip settings, sometimes you want to press yes, sometimes you want to press no. I'm going to press yes and see if my settings come in correctly. And they did. Correct sequence settings show no black on the top or bottom, okay, of my frame. Okay, and if there is, you can ask me later on how to change that, and you can distort your image to make it match the sequence settings. I now have my first interview. He's talking about competition, so I'm going to go to competition footage, which is right here. I'm going to put in my competition footage by pressing on the sequence. How I know I'm on the sequence, it is because it's gray in nature. If I click on browser, that would be grayed. Viewer, that's grayed. Canvas, that's grayed. So I'm going to go to the end. So I press down on the keyboard. I make sure that I click on my new footage. I made an in and out. I insert, and I actually want this right on top of what he's saying. And when I press play, unrendered or a beeping sound will come up. To get rid of that, Option R or Command R. And now this is the clips. I have his interview, and then I have video footage right on top.
Before we came, I thought that there would be no chance for us, but it turned out a whole lot better. We actually got 3 wins and a tie.
And there's a little bit of lag because I'm displaying this on the TV right now. There would not be lag. That's why it's kind of slow. Yeah. So I need to increase his dBs. So double click on the audio, go to dBs, make it like 4, and then I'll lower the dBs of the actual footage, and now I'll play it back.
Before we came, I thought that there would be no chance for us, but it turned out a whole lot.
And it's coming out to be a pretty solid edit. So I'm building my interviews first, and then I put video footage on top of it to help increase the ability for people that were not there at the event to get a good sense of what the event was all about. This is how you do in, out, insert, which is 3-point editing, also how to change audio for your audio clips, and place video on top of interviews that is considered B-roll. This tutorial is concluded.
Can you add like your own? Can you add text? Or
I don't want text. I don't want text for this.
just images and
Yeah, I would like you not to do